Hello, 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 folks. It is I, Damon G. Over there is Hoekage 22, and this is the Retro Cartoon Rewatch, where typically I take cartoons from the 70s to the 2000s, watch them back in real time, and we let you know whether or not they suck. So, for those that have been catching up on YouTube, I know there's a handful of you out there who have sauntered over to YouTube that's not named Wade to watch the product recently. So, for those that don't know, uh, we are doing Dragon Ball Z Abridged by Team Four Star. Disclaimer: they are allowing us to use their content and not get copyrighted. So don't think, oh, we're stealing Team Four Star stuff. No, they have enabled creators to use their stuff, and it's fine. So let's get that number one thing out the way. Number two, there has been a change. Well, Hokage knows this. There's a change coming for the show. And typically, I change the cartoons up a lot if you're used to this. But we are going to go through Dragon Ball Z Abridged until the end. That is the only cartoon we'll be reviewing. We'll be reacting in real time because I fully plan on closing up shop, possibly upon completion of original Dragon Ball, since you and I talked about it, but or midway through. But we'll either that or I just give the show over to Hoekage. So that's why you've been seeing him more and more on the show. Try to get him ready to be on the grand stage without me. So, TFS. I hate the fact that I quote them every single day in all facets of life. Like it doesn't cease to amaze me the amount of times I'm able to quote them on a daily basis in the most randomest of circumstances. So shout out to Team Four Star. Shout out to Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Also, for those that are watching on twitch.tv/Damien G Show, same deal. I stream both on YouTube as well as on Twitch, so you can catch either or. And since someone asked me last episode, why don't I go on X? Because Elon charges you $15 a month to stream on his platform. No, thank you. So we left off, I believe, episode 24, where Nail and Frieza are about to throw hands, as it were. So, we take that term rather loosely, throw hands, because literally, yeah, there's throwing of hands and limbs, and hands and limbs continuously. So let's enjoy Team Four Stars, Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
Space parody, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT are all owned by Funimation, Toei Animation, Fuji TV, and Akira Toriyama. Please support the official release.
I'm pretty sure that's the longest intro for the disclaimer ever.
I wouldn't be surprised because Guru fell asleep midway through. So
yeah,
we got to add about 10 seconds to that.
By the way,
Sacred
it's not full
battleground. We flew over an hour for this?
It looks Say again?
It's not full screen.
Actually, it is. Remember, this is 15 years old. They didn't have that ability to go full screen.
That's weird.
So for those that don't know, let me just clue you guys in. Some of the cartoons I've streamed in the past can go full screen as like a banner, and some which were recorded in 480 are not allowed to do that because the lines would be extra grainy and you wouldn't be able to see it. So when you see the black border, it's because it's full screen. For instance, I exited full screen. So you see that in the playlist. Full screen. That's as good as you won't get, kids. So that's why.
exactly the same as everywhere else on this godforsaken rock.
Racist.
Well, maybe so, but I can't quite be a racist against a race that doesn't exist.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's
has a
examine
point.
that.
He has a point, technically.
You were still racist. Even in
Yes.
past tense, you were
Yes,
a
because-
racist. You committed genocide.
On a
Frieza is a
technicality.
racist.
On a technicality, yes, but at the same time, like, yeah, he destroyed an entire an entire planet full of a completely different species of race. So yes,
And
he
this isn't the
actually
first
is.
time he's done that. So remember, the money grubbing chlorophores did that to them too.
Dude, those little bastards up.
Yeah. So what do you call himself in the other abridged? Napoleon Hitler.
Space Napoleon Hitler.
There we go. So people have it didn't go. Sorry, my bad. People have mentioned
That doesn't exist. Like the chlorophores. Dirty money-grubbing chlorophores. Tried to cloth me right out of my money. Blew those little bastards up is what I did.
so the going commentary about the chlorophores, the way it's talked about when they talk about money grubbing, greedy chlorophores, I have a sneaking suspicion that he's leaning into another racial stereotype. I'm not going to name it. I think Hoekage knows it, but if you put 2 and 2 together, you get 6 in this situation because, yeah. Don't know if that was the intent. I'd have to go back and watch the commentaries, but I think that's the route they were taking with that.
I mean, also to be fair, they're letting the racists say that, so
Again, understood, which is what, well, I can't, no, I'm not even going to give credence to Space Napoleon Hitler. I'm not even going to give credence to him. He's an ass. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Racist. And this is the part where we said throwing hands, literally.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know we were starting. Here, allow me.
Ouch.
ow.
Ouch.
Ow.
Looks like someone's going to be missing this.
No.
He threw the hand. He threw the hand. Literally.
Oh, not really.
Oh, that looks like it hurts a lot. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Good to know. Yoink.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is one of the intros where it was copyright struck, so they don't play the theme song for whatever reason. They don't play Head Shala. Also, I was right. Last episode. Oh, you were right. Last episode was the last episode of the Ginyu opening.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we had to say adieu to our favorite flamboyant fighting squad.
Yeah. It's a shame. Oh well. We'll see him in the not the boo bits, in the abridged, the Kai abridged for about
For
5
like a
seconds.
So, what exactly is this?
It's a healing tank. This will bring the idiot back to full strength.
The bubbles tickle.
Ow.
Ow, it hurts to laugh.
Ow.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
It'll take a while, though. This is the only other model a ship has, and it's kind of an old one.
What happened to the newer model?
Blew it the up.
What? Did it have an opinion?
Eat me.
That's sexism. That's just straight up sexism.
Now, both of you.
Hey, yo.
No, sir. Hey,
One of them is a
yo.
minor. You can't do
Got
that. One
body
of them is a
armor for
minor.
you.
Less awkward. You know, Gohan, it just occurred to me.
Yeah, Krillin?
We're still on Namek.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, it feels like we've been here for like a year.
But we've only been here for 6.
Okay, so it just dawned on me. Did you notice the fact that Gohan is wearing Vegeta's original armor when that Saiyan saga happened, right? But
Mhm.
Krillin's wearing Nappa's.
Yeah.
So the parallels between both characters in the way they end up is kind of funny.
And the fact that Gohan is actually the stronger one too, also kind of funny.
And a Saiyan.
It's funny.
Parallels that we didn't even exist.
I don't know if Toriyama did that on purpose or it's just by a complete happy accident, but I'm also pretty sure he just wanted to reuse that same armor because he liked it so much.
I would think that part, because remember, in the mangas are typically produced in black and white. So you wouldn't have seen color except black and white.
That
So
is
I
true.
think it's more closer to what you're saying. Potentially.
Yeah.
Days.
I know, right? Hey, by the way, don't I look like that one guy that
And that's exactly what Krillin says.
Vegeta landed with back on Earth? What was his name again? Hey, Vegeta! What was that one guy's name? Vegeta!
Vegeta.
Vegeta!
God damn it, Nappa.
All right! Good old goddamn it, Nappa.
Krillin, we should probably focus.
The funny part about that is that he seems to forget, as jovial as he said that, right?
Mhm.
Nappa killed all his friends, except for
Yeah.
Cyberman that killed Yamcha. So
I don't get Krillin sometimes. Like, I understand, like, his character's supposed to be, like, the lovable idiot sometimes, and just that scaredy
Sure.
cat,
sure.
but he is working, like, not hand in hand, but he's just working with Vegeta, who is the person who single-handedly, like, caused a lot of shit on his home planet, and his partner killed all his friends. Why the fuck is he so happy all of a sudden?
That's what I'm saying. Why the fuck did you make him so jovial in this situation?
No idea.
Questions.
Focus on finding a way to use the Dragon Balls.
Well, there's always little green, but
But what?
that's a really long flight.
Krillin.
Plus, I think I sense some hostility.
Krillin!
Fine, I'll go get him. Enjoy your company.
Try not to get yourself killed. God forbid you make me happy.
I find it interesting that Krillin is typically, how do I say this? The heroic one of the group, even though he's the most outclassed.
Yeah. Wow. I never thought of that. Yeah, because he's mostly at like ground zero for a lot of the stuff.
Correct.
I never would have thought about that. Huh.
Yeah, go back to the Saiyan saga. He was about that life in the Saiyan saga. I mean, he was the only one left, just about. But he didn't run away from a fight because he killed all the Cybermen except for one, right? When he avenged Yamcha. And then knowing he's outnumbered and we're talking about the original canon, not the TFS version.
Mm-hmm.
In here, he's brave. He tells Gohan in the original canon, hey, I'll go get Dende. You stay here because I don't want Chi-Chi yelling at me, for one. And for two, Gohan's still a kid.
Yeah.
And don't even get me started on the Cell and Android saga, because think about the Android saga. Who was the only one that didn't get choked out in the Android portion of the saga?
Gohan. Well, no.
Krillin.
Gohan. Yeah. I was about to say Gohan got choked out.
That was
Yeah,
at Ground
Krillin's the only one.
Zero.
Yeah, that was at Ground Zero.
That was at Ground Zero. Right.
He only just had his
And
shit
when
rocked.
Cell
That's it.
first becomes when Cell becomes perfect, who's the one taking the first hit?
Krillin.
Trying to avenge Android AT. Suffice it to say, Krillin's the bravest one out of everybody, and yet the most outclassed. See, at least we know Yamcha's a bitch, right? Because he quits being a martial artist, focuses on his baseball career. No shame in that. But even 18 references it in Dragon Ball Super when
Yeah.
Krillin gets a day job. Spoilers for everybody because Krillin gets a day job. You're not the same brave martial artist I fell in love with, is what 18 says to Krillin. So,
Gotcha. Also, real
She
quick,
knows.
apologies for the background noise. Thor is at my door and he really wants in. So, small cat appearance.
it happens, man. It happens. Sometimes cats just want to have fun.
Ha.
But do a quick reset for anyone just tuning in. This is the Retro Cartoon Rewatch. We are live reacting to Dragon Ball Z Abridged by Team 4-Star. And Hoekage's cat, Thor, has made an appearance and may make this broadcast a little cumbersome. So please forgive what's about to potentially happen.
You know, you seem like you're in a bad mood. Maybe you should take a nap.
Maybe you should.
Actually, that's a good
Actually,
idea.
that sounds good. You keep guard out here. Make sure not to go too far. I like my meat shields within bullet blocking distance.
I didn't think bullets could hurt you.
Shut up, I'm sleepy.
Ow.
And there is no bullets in space. What do you call them? Space bullets?
There's only blasters, so you only have like key.
There's only blasts.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know if that was an intentional flub or they just forgot.
I think that might have been intentional. Or no, I think it was just written because he's just tired and he doesn't know what he doesn't know everything. He's not fully conscious in all of his sentences. So
Yeah, that was me yesterday at the end of our stream. I was half exhausted. When I tell you I passed the hell out the minute we got off done with that stream, bruh. Passed out, woke up at 8:30. Didn't even bat an
Damn.
eyelash. Mm-hmm.
Ow. Ow.
Goku, are you?
Now comes a joke that I say all the time at work and no one gets the reference.
There.
Oh, hey, King Kai. I'm in a healing pod.
I noticed. I wasn't paying attention. What the hell?
Well, when I got down here, I ran into some really weird guys. One was
Okay.
really big and muscly.
Hey,
He
yo.
went down real easy.
Hey.
Then these two guys double teamed me.
Whoa.
One of them took it really
Jeez.
hard in the back.
Hey,
the other
yo.
didn't seem that interested. So he went and brought this really horny guy.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Who's that, King Kai?
It's Toaster K. Somehow we made this into a three-way.
Oh,
Oh
my.
my.
Three-way call.
And the funny part about that is there's also another joke, a part of this, where Bojack's in the middle of the planet.
Yeah.
He's trapped in the planet. So this might be a four-way call. Oh my. Damn.
That's hilarious.
That's a pile of arms. 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like 7. 3, 4, 5, 6. About 7 or 8 arms in a pile. That's a lot.
True, but
That's a
we
lot.
get an actual number count by Frieza.
Oh, he says 12, right.
No, he doesn't say 12.
How many arms do you think we're up to? I think we're up to 24.
24.
So, real quick.
Tell me, have you ever heard of the planet
So, the reason why they said that number, they mentioned this in the commentary. They were trying to slowly, like, find a way to, like, poke the number of the episode into said episode. So that's why Frieza said, I think we're up to
Okay.
24. And we're watching episode 24.
Episode 24. Wow. Sometimes the joke is staring you in the face and you have no choice but to just let it go on by you, like in this situation. But that wasn't the joke I was talking about, the Takei thing. It's the next time we get a shot of King Kai and Goku about the lime and the coconut.
Vegeta?
No?
Funny, because I expect to hear the same from the next person when I ask them about Namek. Oh, was that your nose? That was your nose. I've had a worse time, you know. It's not often I dirty my own hands with this sort of grunt work. There's always a certain amount of satisfaction I get out of doing it myself.
So this is interesting because I didn't understand in the canon why he was letting Nail live this long. I thought he was going to kill Nail when I first saw this. And then this.
It is kind of funny, isn't it?
I'm laughing at something else, actually.
What?
The Earthlings have the password.
What?
Remember the little Namekian you passed on the way to Guru's? On his way to the humans with the password. By now he's probably already there and they're about to summon the dragon. Yeah, if I had to guess your biggest mistake, it would be not stopping him. That or the purple lipstick.
I will fucking murder you!
Whatever.
And he doesn't. And he just leaves him there.
Because he's so pissed off and
continue,
realizes that his priority is about to get taken away from him. So he has no time to waste. He's got to
Correct.
get going.
And you notice that he's flying without his Frieza chair. He's not going all the way back to get it.
Nope.
Which he left at Guru's house.
Yeah,
Going
he is
up.
going straight
Oh, they're
to
dead.
his spaceship.
Why are they dead?
Stop right there, Namekian scum! You should see the look on your face! Oh, I'm just kidding, it's me, Krillin! You're killing me, little green. Now, come on, we gotta go summon the dragon.
I hate Krillin in this series. I really do. I really do. And it's not, and they talk about this in the commentaries. They purposely made Krillin a douche until they get to the Android saga. And then they realize, oh, shoot, we kind of painted ourselves in a corner here. We're going to have to make him likable.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
season 2 Krillin is just a jerk ass for a while. We'll bear with him for a little bit.
Sure. Just a smidge.
No, it's not so bad. I mean, sure, I've seen more people die than most people my age. Or really, most people in general. Then again, I don't really know anyone my own age. My best friends are a 26-year-old dwarf and a giant green alien who constantly hits me. Still, better than my dad. At least they're around. Huh, where did that come from?
Damn.
That's called hitting the nail on the head. Because that's true. Think about it. He has no friends his own age. He's homeschooled. He doesn't meet new friends until after he goes to high school during the Buu saga. So all his best friends are fighters.
Yeah, he doesn't have any like normal friends. He's just trying to like deal with everybody else and call them friends.
Correct. Which is why he says he's best friends with a 26-year-old dwarf, which that's interesting to know that Krillin's only 26 because he looks hell of a lot older in season 2 than 26. But hey, the Namekian air and atmosphere probably isn't for everyone.
Yeah.
My name is Dende.
It's not on the screen.
That sounds like a very dangerous idea that could very easily backfire.
Well, we can either take the wishes for ourselves or give them to Vegeta. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't think he's dedicated to Team.
Just looking at it from this standpoint, look how thick the eyebrows are. Just big ass eyebrows for no reason.
He can take off with
Big
those
ass
things if they just flapped paws off his face.
It'll just fly off his face like a fluttering fucking butterfly.
Also, look at Dende's eyes in this shot. He almost looks like he's cross-eyed.
Yeah, it looks like he's like, "Durr," but as we later find out, well, never mind. We'll just keep going.
3-star at all.
You know, I've been meaning to tell you, that name really doesn't sound very good.
Well, why didn't you tell me sooner? I thought it was stupid from the beginning, but nobody said anything.
Let's just go summon the
Who else is gonna tell you something, Krillin? It's Gohan who's polite and Vegeta who hated the name from the jump. So who's gonna say anything?
Vegeta constantly told you, that name sucks. Shut up. I don't want to be called by that team name. And yet he
But
said,
because it was Vegeta, it's okay to still use it because he's like, well, fuck you, Vegeta. But it came from Gohan, the kindest person in all of this universe. The kindest person. You know what? He is the kindest person in this whole mythos.
yeah, I can't think of anybody else who's nicer than Gohan in this entire series.
Yeah, that's about it. Gohan's the nicest person in this whole series.
dragon and go home.
Yeah, fine, whatever.
First immortality, then the bitches.
The bitches. T-pose.
Again.
And then it almost gets ruined because Krillin can't shut the fuck up.
Fail this time, though. Now we just gotta have Little Green summon the dragon, and we'll finally have our wish.
Hey, is that Frieza?
No.
I think that's Frieza.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's definitely Frieza.
Summon it, summon it, summon it, summon it, summon it. Damn it, stop speaking gibberish and summon the...
So not only is Krillin an idiot, he's also culturally insensitive.
Very. But I will admit, I feel like we can all relate to Krillin whenever something big and bad is about to happen, and you
people
have
waste
something that
time.
you have to, and you have something that's like super like delicate and time wise. They're like, okay,
Yeah.
I gotta get this shit done. It's like panicking and rushing. I think we can all relate to that just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I can relate to it, but in this dire of a circumstance, shut up. Nani?
Holy crap, your dragon's on steroids.
Why is there an albino Namekian amongst you?
Vutcha over Terra. Age nuke.
Do you remember what they were saying is the language that Purunga's speaking right now? Like how they came up with it? Was it just words backwards? Klingon backwards?
No, for this, it's just broken Klingon. So anytime anybody's speaking Namekian, it's just broken Namek or broken Klingon.
Klingon. Okay.
But in the Kai version, that's whenever it's just normal speak, but backwards for
Yeah.
Purunga.
Okay.
All right, we can finally get our wish.
The dragon says he'll give you 3.
Wait a minute, we get 3 wishes? That's awesome. I want a 3-foot.
Stop screwing around and wasting.
3 foot what?
Hoagie. It's mentioned later. It's a hoagie. It's a sandwich.
Oh.
A torpedo bread. Or in New York, we call that Italian bread. Or
Gotcha.
sub. Yeah.
these idiots off my planet.
Holy crap, I can hear a voice in my head!
Is it telling you my name is Dende?
Hush, little green. The voice speaks to me.
This is King Kai. Wish these guys back to life before I kill myself.
Wait, can gods kill themselves?
I'm about to try.
I know Kami tried a couple of times in Dragon Ball.
Damn.
Yeah.
But it's I find it funny because we do later find out, spoilers, that Kais can die. So
Mhm.
I wonder how that it's a little bit dark, but I wonder how that would have happened where King Kai offs himself, realizes, oh, I'm still here. I just have a halo now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll get to that, but he's more of an innocent bystander when that happens. So that's kind of why he's allowed to keep the halo,
Yeah.
because he didn't off himself. He got offed. Pause.
All right, little green. Use our first wish to bring our friends back to life.
Karanga can only bring back one person at a time.
Oh. King Kai? He says it can only bring one person
I
back.
heard.
I heard him.
Which means one of us gets left behind.
Just wish me back. I guess we should ask Yamcha what he thinks. No one cares what Yamcha thinks.
So at this point, they still didn't have the voice actor for Yamcha, right?
Yeah, that's the bit because, like we said last time, Vegeta 3987, who was originally another voice actor in the series, who did a weird voice bit with Raditz. He had left working with Team 4-Star. What the hell is going on with Thor? Anyway, he left Team 4-Star, and now he was also the voice of Yamcha. So now they had to find somebody else to voice Vegeta, or not Vegeta, Yamcha. So they have a
Right.
bit.
Yamcha.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Continue on with the
What is
reaction.
Thor doing?
He is doing something. He's fine. I don't know what that was.
Listen, if you wish me back, then that wish is Kami back. Then you can use those Dragon Balls to wish these morons back.
Which leaves us with 2 more wishes. Let's wish him to Namek.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Little green, wish our friend Piccolo back to life, and then with our next wish, bring him to Namek.
So the funny part here is that in this version, Piccolo doesn't want to go back to Namek. But in the canon version, he wants to be wished back to Namek. So I found that interesting.
Where Krillin wished him back instead of Piccolo to Planet Namek.
Well, no. The fact that in the canon, Piccolo wants to be wished back to Namek. But in this
Right.
version, he's like, this is a dumbass idea. Why are you summoning me to Namek?
Because it honestly is kind of stupid because not only
It
is
is.
he
You
on a
put him in
different
harm's way.
planet, but he's on a planet where he could potentially die to somebody who is super strong, stronger than anybody
doesn't
else
care.
on the planet.
All he knows is Gohan's in danger. That's all he knows. That his ward is in danger.
I must protect
Hold on
my
a minute,
son.
Yeah, basically. My kidnapped son. Not even adopted. Kidnapped.
Don't do that. That is a terrible idea.
He is on Namek.
Wait, where is he?
On Namek.
You dumbass!
Why didn't it bring him here?
You must be specific.
Oh, so it's a sort of monkey's paw. You have to be careful with the hubris in your wishes.
Nerd.
I have to pee. Jesus, I overslept. It's already night. For the first time since I got here. On a planet with 3 suns.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you motherfucker! Oh, my ears!
So, what do we do with the third wish?
Well, if nobody else has any ideas, I want my 3-foot eye.
What's up, guys?
I'm never gonna get my hoagie.
So what are you doing?
What am I doing?
What are you doing?
Nothing much.
What my plans?
What are your plans?
Are you?
Are you?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm gonna fucking kill you! But first, you are going to give me my wish for immortality, or I will snap his neck!
Wait, he's the only one who can ask the dragon to grant wishes.
And I've got nothing to lose!
Whatever.
Good answer! Now get to wishing.
I feel that they have finally summoned the dragon.
Really? Really? You felt it. You should.
You felt it, and yet you're seeing the black abyss that is the sky that only happens when the dragon is summoned.
Wait a minute. Do we know Ginyu? Do we know Guru's not blind?
I don't think so. We don't know for certain canon-wise if he's blind or not. But I like to think that he is able to see.
Well, we never see his eyes open. That's why I asked the question.
That is true. But I believe that he's able to see at least a little bit.
Okay.
Would be a real dick move to die right now.
Dom Polonga, Nobga Kun, Java.
I'm out.
Is that normal?
No, it's dead. And that means Guru is too.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
Someone has to be.
That doesn't matter.
'cause it's not
Don't you
him.
understand?
Yeah.
If it didn't grant me my wish, then I'm not immortal, and Frieza's going to.
No, don't mind me. By all means, give me some ideas.
Ooh, coldest line ever. I love it.
Fan-friggin-tastic, we're back here again.
Oh, you're back. Hi, Kami.
Mr. Popo, what are you watering?
Pot.
Pots of what?
Pot.
Pot.
I'm not getting rid of it.
Are you kidding? That's great for my glaucoma.
Bitch.
So yeah, now we have Kami back.
At what point, by the way, did they change the voice actor of Kami?
So it was during this, but way back in season 1 when it was just the waspy or airy old man voice, it was just Taka doing that. And of course, it's like, nah, it's not that good. But then they got Remix or the Weekly Tube Show, what he's known for on YouTube, to come in and voice Kami. And he later voices other characters. One other specific one that everybody for some reason loves. And he does an amazing job at voicing Kami. I can't imagine anybody else voicing Kami in this series.
Fair. I learned something new today.
The following is a
By the way, this is episode 25, where I believe the ending is the thing we referenced yesterday about Chrono Trigger.
Yes.
Profit fan-based parody. Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT are all owned by Funimation, Toei Animation, Fuji TV, and Akira Toriyama. Please support the official release.
What was that idiot doing bringing me here? Wait a minute. I can feel it.
And here comes one of the best jokes of all time that we have no one to blame but the writers at Funimation.
Yeah.
No one to blame except them.
This is my home.
Really? Let's set this up. Let's set this up real quick. So just imagine, you are transported to your home world. And you've never been there, or at least this iteration of you, because you are reborn from your previous ancestor who spat you out as an egg. You get here, and then you make a commentary about it, and then you meet the folk, right? We'll get to that part, the folk, when we get there. But just the way they played this out in the spoof is a lot better than when you get to, I guess, the part in question that we're going to see in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
It's better played out on this version than it is on the dub version of Funimation.
I can finally see its beauty. The lush blue fields, the crystal clear waters, the wind brushing past. My God, this is boring.
must
No
love
wonder
it.
I feel at home.
By the way,
No wonder. Brushing past
his mouth wasn't even moving.
the lush blue fields, the crystal clear waters, the wind brushing
Not
past
even moving.
my... God, this is boring! No wonder I feel at home.
Frieza chain, which Goku never sees him use.
Yeah, he only ever sees Frieza in his final form. And what's also
Correct.
funny is that more spoilers. In the Bardock special, where we actually get to like meet Bardock and and he goes to fight Frieza, and he has that premonition of his son fighting Frieza. He sees him facing off against Frieza in his first form and in his little space chair. He never meets that version of Frieza ever. Don't know why I mean, I have an idea why. It's because Bardock didn't know that Frieza could transform, so that's why this is his only image of Frieza.
But why would he get that vision from the future?
Because of the fish people that he fought. They can see the future.
No, I know that, but if they can see the future and he has that ability, then how is he envisioning him in his Frieza chair if that never happens? If he sees the future.
I don't know. It's weird.
It obviously it's the writing and the animation, but
yeah,
this is the problem. We get too into it, and then it's like, hey, why is this happening? Why did they do this? Yes, we do that a little too often. Myself is
sorry, I was just gonna say short answer, Toriyama.
Yeah, sure. Whenever we get confused, like last night, Toriyama Sensei, just chalk it up. Toriyama.
Well, Vegeta, you finally pulled it off. You've managed to dash my hopes entirely. With some help, I see.
Quark! Krillin, seriously, not helping.
I can try.
I'm very curious. Where exactly are you from?
We're from Helen, no!
Hey, at least Gohan stopped him this time.
Oh, all right. Thanks for stopping me, Gohan, because I can't shut.
They're from Earth.
Damn, that's cold. Dende just said, nah. Because you keep calling me Lil Green, motherfucker. That ain't my name.
Rain, why?
Because my name is Dende.
Oh, good. I'll stop by there on the way home. Pick up some space eggs, some space milk, and blow it the fuck up.
Space eggs, space milk.
Which means there are space chickens
I'm sorry.
and space cows.
Yeah. It's like regular chickens and cow, but
in
space. Chickens and cows.
Far more composed. I'm just a little bit absolutely livid.
Oh, Frieza, quit being such a woman. I lost my chance at immortality too, and you don't see me crying about it.
Yes, Vegeta, but you see, the difference between us is I'll live long enough to regret it.
Everything looks the goddamn same on this goddamn planet. Wait a minute.
It's your home planet.
Social activity! Please tell me you're not dead. He's out. Ah, crap. I find the only living thing for Miles, and he's so broken he can't even talk right.
I was speaking Namekian, you idiot. Don't you know anything about your own people?
Well, we're demons, right?
More like slug people.
Oh, damn it. I liked it better when I was a demon.
And I liked it better when I had proper bladder control. Nobody's...
I liked it better when I had proper bladder control. Because he's... Never mind. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, I've been meaning to ask about that. What happened?
Let's just say our world elder's kind of a giant green asshole.
Preaching to the choir on that one. Well, it's been fun, but I have to go die again.
Wait, I might be able to help you.
Look, buddy, if you want to add me on MySpace, I switched to Facebook a while ago.
It's like Facebook, but in space. Spacebook.
No. Listen, I think I know something that might work out for both of us. I don't want to die, and you seem pretty lonely.
Go on.
There's a special ability our people share, forbidden even amongst our most sacred clans.
And we're just going to abuse it?
Oh, maliciously.
absolutely.
Bitchin', how we do?
Well, first you put your hand upon me.
Okay.
Yes, like that. Now lower.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Lower.
Uh-huh.
Little lower.
Mm.
Ah, if we had junk, you'd be gay right now. Use it.
And I know we're just gonna chalk it up to the writing.
Yeah, because unofficially, because Toriyama never exposed Namekians like that, we don't know. But because they reproduce asexually, that's our only way that we know that they don't have any junk. But Team 4 Star said, like, we're gonna make a dick joke out of this just because it's gonna be funny.
No, that wasn't what I was going to say, but that is actually an accurate point. My point of contention is, how do Namekians know what being gay is?
That is a good point, because they wouldn't know, because all of
They're
them
asexual.
are asexual. I don't
14
know.
years ago. 14 years ago.
Wait. I think I have an idea, but I don't. It's just a theory.
Okay, what's your theory?
I think before the Great Purge,
Of the albino Namekians?
of the albino Namekians, some of them were a little bit more flamboyant. And maybe because they were, even though they were still Namekians and they were just albino, maybe that made them have like a different type of genetic defect. Maybe some of them were actually, what is it, homosexual, right?
Let me stop you here, bro, because this is gonna get us in trouble. Let me stop you right there.
I'm just saying.
The deeper you're going into this description, the more concerned I'm getting that we're gonna get hit with a strike.
But like I said, it's just a theory. It's just
which brings up another question. Namekians killed the green Namekians, killed the albino Namekians, so thusly that makes them racist.
Yeah.
So the Namekians are racist. So Nail has some cocos to be calling Frieza a racist when all the green Namekians killed the albinos in this series. This isn't canon, but in this series. Pot, meat, kettle.
Yep.
Fusing. And here comes the joke that keeps on giving. So much so, they didn't change the voiceover. This is from the original Funimation English dub.
Wow, unreal.
And you can tell it's Sabat. You can tell right there.
No, this isn't Sabat. This is Lanny. They just didn't change the script.
This is amazing.
No, it's not.
It's
Sabat.
Lanny.
They said they went on the commentary and said it's Sabat.
I don't remember them saying that this was Sabat. I'm pretty sure they said that
I
they
am
just changed the
99%
line.
sure. Okay, I'm 99% sure, because when he goes, "Wow, that's Sabat. That's not Lanny."
I gotta rewatch that
That's not
commentary.
Lanny.
Wow, unreal.
That doesn't sound like Lanny. That sounds like Sabat.
I'm hearing Lanny.
My gosh. This is amazing. I feel incredible. Yes. I can win. I feel great. I can do this.
What are you doing?
I gotta go and watch the Japanese version, because I don't know what exactly he really was saying there, but I highly doubt it was yes, I feel great. I can do this.
I don't feel great.
Yeah, I don't think the Japanese people would put that in the script. I'm just saying. I don't think that was originally in the script.
I don't think so either.
Nothing. Really? Because it looked like you were chanting to yourself.
Are you in my head?
Yup. Don't worry. Supposedly I should fade away into your subconscious.
Which he never did.
Yep.
Never does.
Sooner or later.
Okay, so what now?
By my estimate, this fusion should have given you just enough power to wipe out the bastard who killed our people.
And
In Form 1. Because remember, we don't know that Frieza can transform at this point.
Yeah.
Well, let me put this in terms you'll understand. You can win! You feel great! You can do this!
oh, ha ha!
Impudent little.
The scouter said, F this, I'm out.
This is too much. I'm out of this bitch.
Yeah.
I'm impressed, Vegeta. When did you graduate from pull-ups?
About the same time you got off the rag.
Cute. But bear no false hope, Vegeta. You're a mere paper...
I have another way too specified question.
Oh boy.
How does Vegeta know about being on the rag?
See, I don't know because, and I'm not going to give my sense on this because I don't know what that term means. So
We'll just let it go. We'll just let it go. I'll tell you offline.
fair enough.
Tiger in front of a storm. You have no idea what true power I possess.
You can transform, right?
I can transform.
Oh,
Okay, when and how?
Goldo told me.
dog biscuits.
So, did you know that Frieza can transform?
Huh, all right.
Yeah, and Burter's gay.
Really?
Okay. So we find out Burter's gay. Just randomly throwing it out there. Outing people who have since passed.
Yep.
12 years ago. That's all I'm going to say. 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Or so.
And then I threw a dog treat at him. True story.
Right. But if you are so aware, why do you persist in goading me?
Because, Frieza, you're not dealing with the average
Oh, and here comes this line.
And this ongoing bit that just gets drawn out, rightfully so, because that's the whole idea. But it also gets annoying for the viewers.
Yeah.
Saiyan warrior anymore. I am a Super Saiyan!
Oh, here we go.
That's right, Frieza. I've risen beyond the limits of a normal Saiyan and into the realm of legend. The legend that you fear. The legend known throughout the entire universe as the most powerful warrior to ever exist. I, Prince Vegeta, have become a
Super Saiyan, blah, 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 blah.
So wait a minute. In his whole little speech just now, he mentions the exact term of the legendary Super Saiyan. That is different than being Super Saiyan. The legendary Super Saiyan is Broly. That's who we're referring to.
Yeah. So I don't want to get too nerdy with this
Into
shit.
the weeds.
Yeah, but and also the fact that Broly is not canon. There was some debate whether or not he was canon.
In Super, he is.
Yeah, in Super he is, but I'm saying like Z Broly, like big beefy boy that only says one word. There was some debate whether or not that they were gonna make him canon because he is the legendary Super Saiyan. He's the only one that everybody ever talks about when that legend gets brought up.
Right.
So that's why a lot of people were like, maybe that's him. But at the same time, it's not canon. And then there was other contention with the other Bardock special because he gets blown way back in time with the Proto Saiyans and becomes the first Super Saiyan.
I don't even like that retcon. Don't even get me started. I couldn't stand that retcon. Just
neither do I.
No.
Get it. Then you slayed the Jabberwocky and went on to save Narnia.
Go ahead and mock me, Frieza, but I'm not afraid of you. So why don't you doll yourself up and get ready for a night on the town? Because I'm about to take you to a ballroom blitz.
Fine. I'll indulge you, Mr. Super Saiyan. But before I do, I have a funny little story I'd like to tell you.
Funny how?
I like to call it I Killed Your Dad.
So, haha funny.
You see, thanks to a rogue lower-class warrior, your father caught...
Rogue lower-class warrior, otherwise known as Bardock, the father of Goku and Raditz.
wind of my plans.
King Vegeta, I have urgent news.
Speak, Butarega.
Bardock has gone absolutely mad, sire.
What's all the commotion about?
He's been telling everyone that Frieza plans to destroy Vegeta.
Wait, my son, the planet, or me?
Yes.
Yes.
Friggin' smartass. Counselor Nappa, what do you think?
Let me tell you what you need to do. You need to sit him down. You look him dead in the eye.
Yes.
And you say, "Don't blow up my planet."
And you think that'll work?
He'd have to be awfully evil if it didn't. And I'm not gonna lie, I like the cut of his jib.
All right, but I want you to take my son, the prince, off planet, just in case things go south.
Don't worry, sir. You'll do just fine.
And yet he was made the Royal Grand Vizier.
Yes, which, by the way, I want to talk about the elephant in the
default.
room. Yeah, but I want to talk about the elephant in the room. Yes, everybody who's watching, he is wearing a PNG of a Jafar hat from Spirit Halloween.
Yep.
And the reason why is because Lanny and Kaiser have admitted, like, we didn't know what else a Grand Vizier would wear. The only reference that we had was Jafar from Aladdin. So that's why they have it. And
they went with what they knew.
Yeah. And it looks janky as fuck, but we love it.
Yeah, we love it because it looks ridiculous.
Frieza, can I sit down and have a word with you?
Sure you can.
KO! You win!
Yatta. And then I blew
That's a Chun-Li reference for Street Fighter, if y'all don't know.
the planet up. The end.
How did you know about the parts you weren't there for?
Thank you. Thank you. He mentioned it. How do you know about the parts you weren't there for?
Like, how did you know that Nappa was the Grand Vizier?
Exactly.
And how did you know he wore that stupid hat?
Exactly. No, he just transforms because he got put into a corner.
I taste that!
That joke gets brought back later, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Feel that, taste that, smell that.
Hold on. And judging by the expression on your face, so are you.
What? How?
Let's be practical and put a number to that feeling, shall we? Last time I clocked this form, it was at 1 million.
And this is the last time we do power levels.
Mm-hmm.
Because as we discovered in the Cell Saga, power levels are bullshit.
Yep.
You're lying!
Am I really?
Not impressed! I can do that too!
Krillin, are you okay?
Yeah, and I've got Little Green right here.
Peaceful young races with fires on their houses, millions of voices all silenced like mouses, watching the cowards bow toward their new king. These are a few of my favorite things.
Is it just me, or is he singing to himself?
He's dead.
This is the worst!
Really? Sure it isn't this? Or this? Or this? Or this? Or this?
Mind you, it's one of the horns. It's not both. It's one. So pause. He got ran through by one horn. Yeah, that don't feel good. I will say this about the Z fighters. They're pretty sturdy to be getting holes in their chests and living. Thanks to healing items and sensu beans.
Especially the humans.
Yeah. Because, yeah.
Stop, you're making him stronger.
25.
One down. I think impalement is my favorite way to kill a person.
You condescending, sadistic, callous mother.
Pardon.
Yes, Rage Gohan.
Gohan smashed a feminine alien. Gohan strongest there is.
I just want to let people know that, again, this was written many, many a year ago. And for him to say Gohan smash a feminine alien, again, that was many a moons ago that this was written. So,
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Although I will say, I do appreciate the Hulk speak whenever he's like super pissed off.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah, how's that feel, Frieza? Now, if you can, why don't you pick your sorry ass up and take on a real say?
See?
That happened. Vegeta, mind sitting right there for just a moment? I need to go play babysitter.
Think, what would Dad do in this situation?
Bye, son.
Bye, son.
I'm beginning to think I have issues.
So, Vegeta, does this get you angry?
Not really, kind of a smartass.
Well then, why am I even bothering?
Because you get off on it?
Oh, unbelievable. Oh. All right, who has the balls?
Kiss my ass, bitch! I'm immortal!
How the hell?
So, is this the start of Redeemable Krillin?
No, this is not the start of Redeemable Krillin. He is still an asshole and a dickhead, even after this.
Okay.
How did he get up? Oh my god, I swear, if he used that wish of immortality on himself, I am going to murder.
You can't.
That bastard.
Come on, you can't leave me alone here. You're the only one I can talk to.
The white mage, bitch.
You healed me.
You are the only one I respect.
And then Gohan gets a Zenkai boost out of it.
Yep.
Why did you heal Krillin?
The better question is, why did I tell him he was immortal?
Holy crap! Thank God I'm immortal!
Actually, I healed you, you idiot.
Wait, so I could have died back there?
Yeah, and unlike the Runt and I, you don't get a power boost from it.
Hacks! I call hacks!
You know what? That is a good point. That is hacks, man.
Yeah. Where as soon as like you get
That is hacks.
injured to the point of death and then you just let your body heal all your wounds, you get stronger. I mean, technically humans kind of do the same, but not to that extreme. Not to where you're like,
not to this extent.
Yeah. Where it's like, I can only bench the bar as a Saiyan. The next time you get hurt and heal back up, you can bench half, like almost the entire rack. That's stupid.
Exactly. That's dumb. I'm with you. That's hacks.
How did you escape?
Oh, it was awesome!
And here comes Gohan's explanation. That makes perfect sense. And wrote themselves into a corner and got themselves out.
See, he was gaining on me there for a minute, but then I managed to lose him in some crevices. But he kept cutting me off at every pass.
You didn't just blow it up?
I thought the same thing, but no! So I thought fast and I used the solar flare on him.
And then you used your Kienzan to cut him in half?
I will mount your head where my tail used to be.
To answer your question, Gohan, no, I did not do that.
And that joke gets called back also.
Yeah. And they get Kaiser and Lenny also mentioned this, that him using the solar flare is the best setup that he could ask for to also like use his Kienzan, because he blinds his opponents and then he could just chop them in half. They won't know where it's coming from.
Correct.
Why didn't he use it? Like, I understand it's not the solar flare is not his technique, but he still uses it.
Apparently, it's because the Kienzan charge up time would take longer than the solar flare would last. Supposedly. I call hacks.
Fair enough.
I call hacks.
Dust this bitch!
Did we get him?
Krillin, we can feel his energy. Why do you bother asking?
I'm an optimist.
You're an idiot.
Like one of the YouTubers I follow says, has this ever worked? No.
Nope.
This never works.
Idiot.
You're both wrong. You're dead.
You know what? I'm sick of this. If I'm gonna die, then I'm gonna go out the same way Piccolo would.
Oh, no! God damn it!
Aura farming.
Mr. Piccolo!
Well.
So I'm still, how do I say this without making myself sound really old? The term aura farming did not cross my dialect probably until the last 6 months. But whenever I hear the term aura farming, it almost universally has to do with Piccolo.
Because
it doesn't even matter if you've seen anime.
Yeah.
That is the one person that all of society has deemed he's aura farming every time.
Every time he pulls up with the whole fit, with the cape, not the do-rag, the whole bandana thing that he's got going on, he's just straight up like, all right, time to fuck shit up. I'm gonna look cool while doing it.
Exactly. And this is exactly what happens, as you see right now. And I think this is the first, at least for me, in Z, the first of Piccolo's aura farming.
I'm pretty sure
because he doesn't do it in the Saiyan saga. He's not there long enough to do it.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
Mr. Piccolo!
Look at that. Look at that. With the cape flowing in the wind, having the arms crossed. Yeah, I can see why all of the internet thinks Piccolo just aura farms all day.
Yeah.
And the joke is he aura farms just to get hemmed up by the big bad. He might be good for the henchmen, but the big bad always winds up hemming him up.
Yeah.
Well.
By the way, for those that don't know, the song playing here is a remix of a Chrono Trigger track called Theme of the Magus. So it's a remix of Magus's theme.
And it's a badass theme.
Mr. Piccolo!
Well. I'm legitimately surprised I missed one of you. But that's just fine, because I've been working on some jokes. Now tell me if you've heard this one. How many Namekians does it take to...
And here comes the answer to that joke we talked about. It gets called back. How many Namekians does it take?
I've been working on some jokes. Now tell me if you've heard this one. How many Namekians does it take to...
Just one.
Yes. And in reality, he could do that again and again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that bit.
We're going to call it here, guys. Yeah, it's a good bit. We're going to call it here on the mainstream, though, guys. Don't know. Again, we kind of just wing it sometimes. I know Mondays is typically the day we stream. Tuesdays is not normally a day we stream, but I had some time. So that's why we figured, hey, let's do a quick stream. But you can find me at Damien G Show across the board. I answer people typically on X. So that's the place to really reach me. I don't really use my Instagram for anything other than promotional stuff. But typically you can find me on X at Damien G Show across the board. If you have a request, Typically, I take paid requests, but I'm feeling charitable. So if you got a request, we would not mind covering it here on the channel. Don't know when we're going to do this again. Potentially maybe Thursday if we're feeling energetic. But we'll see. Shane, where can people find you?
I only have one social right now. You can follow me at Instagram at Shane_Benny_straw. Like I said in the last stream, I am working on possibly getting another Instagram account and maybe a Twitter to where it's just my Hoekage
Moniker.
account.
Yeah.
Yeah, my moniker. That way you can reach out to me about streaming businesses and like other stuff that we could possibly talk about on the stream.
Yep, that makes sense to me. That's actually a pretty good way to just let people know you're out there. So yeah, feel free. Right now, it's Shane Bendy_straw.
Yeah.
That's a lot to say. That's why mine is easy. Damien G Show across the board. See, it's behind me. Hold on, wait, it's behind me. Damien G. That's me. The G stands for good Lord. We're still doing this show. But remember, kids, just because you have an intellectual property does not mean it needs to be made into something other than it was intended, except for Team 4 Star. Thank you very much. We'll catch you on the rewatch.